Okay, so let's say, we have our analogous scheme. This is it. This is what we like. Uh, I adjusted my values, everything else. Okay, so I'm good to go here. Now, how do I bring this into Photoshop? Well, there's a couple ways to do it. You can sign in to Adobe CC, and then you can save this color scheme and have it available to you in Photoshop. However, my own personal preferences, I prefer to not do that. So this is what I do. First of all, let's jump into Photoshop first. Okay, and just make sure we're on the same page. Click on Window, Workspace, and Essentials should be selected. And you should be able to see swatches, so the word swatches should be checked, so essentials, swatches, yay. Over here, this is probably the window that comes up is this color window, so click on the swatches tab, okay, and trust me, this will all make sense in a minute here. Let's go back to the Adobe Color web app here, and if we look under each of these colors, this is a hexadecimal number, which you know which can be translated into like any digital application. So what you can do, like, this is what I want. This is the colors I want. So I'm going to select this hexadecimal number, Command or Control C to copy it. Now we come into Photoshop, double click on your color picker, and here is you can input the hexadecimal number here. Okay, so Command or Control V, Victor, and this is the color that we just saw on in the color app, right? So that's cool. All right, so click OK. The color is now active. Now we can merrily start. We can go on the analogous layer that we created in the previous video and start coloring. Yay, right? We could do that. That's cool. Be aware that a couple things. The last color that when we clicked OK, that same swatch resides here. Okay, so it's here available to you. So we can go back to the color app, and we can do the same thing with this color. Well, let's just do it. Let's copy this one. Let's go back into Photoshop, double click on our color picker, Command V, Victor, to put in the new color, click OK. So now these colors are residing there, up here in the swatches palette. But like these, this bar will get populated with the last colors you're using, and then it'll scoot over. One thing I want you to get used to, though, is managing your color swatches. So what I want you to do for this exercise, and you can do it any way you want to, really, because I'm not going to see it, but here's what I recommend. In this swatches tab, you can hover over this folder icon, make a new group, and let's call it analogous. Okay, so now we got this group called analogous, and it's selected with the arrow down. And then we can make a new swatch, create new swatch, and whatever swatch is in the foreground in the color picker will be here. Now this, I'm not gonna name this, because I would just do this exercise, then I'm gonna end up deleting the group anyway. So I'll just click OK. So that cool little swatch is there. Now remember that other one we did before? Okay, I'm gonna click this one. So it's in the color picker. I'm gonna make a new swatch. and click OK, and there it is. Okay, so let me go to thing here, the color app. Let's grab this guy, Command C, copy, and Photoshop, and then color picker, Command V, Victor, to paste it, click OK. There it is, active in the foreground, so we can make a new swatch. So that's the right color, yay, okay. And then do that for the remaining two colors here. So I think you know the drill here. So double click. Sometimes repetition's good if you listen to me, and then click OK. Our color is in the foreground, so we can make a new swatch. And there it is. Very, very close together, I noticed those. Let's go back to the color app. Grab this last hexadecimal, copy it. Go into Photoshop, double click on the color picker, Command V Victor to paste that in. So this is the new color, click OK, and make a new swatch. So now we have the 5 colors. So these 5 colors are the same as these here. I think we did one out of order, which bugs me. I wonder if I could just move that up there. Okay, that's just because I'm a little bit insane. All right, so anyway, so check out these colors, same as the ones we developed here in the web app. So now we can start painting. So like, make sure you're on the analogous layer. B for brush tool. I just have the plain old airbrush selected. So I'm going to settle back here and think, what do I want to do, and experiment with different colors, and and just make sure I'm coloring only on this analogous layer. So, let me just by the way, for this exercise, skin tones and fur colors do not have to be realistic or architectural or ground colors. That you don't have to use realistic colors. Okay, this is just an exercise in using the different color schemes. So anyway, so I'm going to make sure I'm on the analogous layer and happily paint my stuff. In fact, I'm going to use I always recommend using a hard brush for this. Let me do that again. This hard round one, I would suggest doing that. I'm going to do a Command A and delete that. Okay, so anyway, so I will very carefully and with a great deal of craft and care, color in my image with, the colors I want, right? And I'm like talking and doing this at the same time, and I want to, I don't want this video to go on forever and ever, but you can, get as detailed as you want, right? But the thing is, use only the 5 colors that you designed with the web app. Okay, so you can only use these 5 colors only to complete this. Now, once you're happy with it and it's all colored in, always save your file. So you're saving your PSD file, you're saving your color schemes PSD file as you work. When you get the analogous layer all done, you will go File, Save a Copy, and then you will call this not color schemes, but analogous, your name, and then save it as a JPEG. Alrighty, so if you have the word copy in there, I don't care about that. So you'll save that. That's the file you're going to save, and that's the file you're going to upload with the exercise. Alright, so analogous is all done, yay, okay. Turn off the eyeball in analogous. click on complementary, go back to your web app, go to complementary, choose a different base color, and adjust the hue, saturate, or that, pardon me, adjust the saturation and values as you see fit, and do the same process that I just showed you to get 5 colors. So you'll go into Photoshop and you can close up analogous, group, make a new group, call it complementary, of course. Do that process I just showed you with the analogous of creating new swatches. Make sure you're on the complementary layer, paint your complementary. File, save a copy, save it as complementary, complementary your name. Then do the same thing with split complementary. Now, if you don't want to keep these groups after you're done with the exercise, I would keep the PSD file until this thing is graded. So I wouldn't mess with anything, but just know that with other Photoshop work, you can select a group, right click, and you can delete the group if you want to, but I just want you to know that you can do that. What I would suggest, save this PSD file with all of your groups and with all your color palettes until the exercise is been graded. But anyway, I just want to repeat, upload 3 JPEGs, not your PSD file. And I think that is all we need to know. All right.